is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Off the Rip Podcast, episode 9. I'm your co-host, Bailey Berry.
I'm your co-host, Tucker Hall.
And today, we might just hop on here and rant about some stuff. We want to give some thanks to a lot of people. We got a bunch of ideas in the mix. Tucker's been grinding over here, let me tell you that. But we got a bunch of stuff to talk about, so sit tight, grab some popcorn, grab some drinks, bring your whole family in the living room, and get comfortable. So let's get right into it.
Yeah, for sure. But before we get started, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Support the channel a little bit. We appreciate everybody that has subscribed so far. We're still chasing 100 right now, and thinking we're still in the works of like figuring something out to do for the giveaway or contest thing for 100 subscribers. So make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. But yeah, I guess you were saying who else are you wanting to thank? I guess
there's several people I can thank, but let me say, first of all, I want to thank this dude right here. Whenever we first started off, I have some experience with video editing, thumbnail creation, uploading to YouTube. And it was around episode 5 that Tucker messaged me, and he was like, "Yo, dude, I'm not just trying to be a pretty face on camera." He was like, I feel bad because I was like doing all the editing and stuff. And from then on, he started doing the editing, and it's like I never really even showed him that much. He fully immersed himself and like took control. Figured it out himself, did all that, and now, even the last episode, he created the thumbnail and did everything, and it's like, that's just super dope that you went out and did that, figured it out yourself, and you addressed to me that you felt bad that I was, like, doing that work, and then now I feel like I'm the pretty face on camera, because I haven't done anything.
No, you still helped. Up until the last podcast, you were the only one that did the thumbnail.
Yeah.
That last thumbnail was my first attempt at it.
Yeah.
Second attempt. I'd made one previously, but it was after the fact, so.
Yeah.
Last episode was me doing literally everything production-wise. But no, dude, you helped me a lot, like, introducing me to it and, like, showing me the right avenues to go, because I think that's really the hardest part when you start any new thing is, like, you just need someone to show you the ropes, and then you can start climbing yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, like, and luckily, I found something like Canva. Mm-hmm. Canva's great. It's a great free tool.
Yeah.
But you can just get so much more once you pay for it. It's not that much. It's like $15 a month.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've immersed myself in Canva. Got some pretty cool stuff going on.
Sure.
I've really put a lot of effort into like the Instagram page and stuff because we get such good engagement. Shout out everybody that voted on our starting 5 poll today.
Yes.
So, and I think that's the way we're going to do it in the future, too.
Dude, I like that a lot.
Because
I like that a lot.
It's so, not to say, like, people are lazy, but I'm saying it is a lot of effort to go to the video, and because most people are watching it at work anyway, so they're doing other things. Mm-hmm. They don't really have a lot of time to comment, but, like, everybody scrolls on Instagram at the end of the day,
of course,
at lunch. Yeah. So if they can see that poll and just one click, boom, you're done.
Yeah.
It's so much easier. We got a lot better engagement on that. So I think that's the way we're going to do that. I got a new segment that we're going to try out this podcast.
Yes,
we'll get a little bit into that later. But yeah, dude, I caught the bug for sure.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely a bug. It's an itch. I'm so excited because I was telling you off the camera, I can see that spark in you now, and dude, it is addicting. Mm-hmm. And it's like, man, I want to make this thing, because we put time and effort into doing this. We take time out of our day to film. Then now you know how much time it takes to edit, create a thumbnail, then go through the uploading process. Yeah. And so, when you put that much time towards something, you want it to look good, so you just care. And then the more you do it, it's like, man, how could I make this better? Yeah. You know what I mean? And, And it is super cool. It's for sure a bug.
Yeah, and whenever, because on Canva, you start with a blank page.
Yeah.
Like, it's just white.
Yeah.
And then whenever you get done with what you created and you look at it and you're like, damn, that looks sick.
Yeah.
I did that. That started from nothing. That was a blank page, and I, uploaded every one of the videos, or I, clipped in the art, or animated everything. Like anything you see move on that screen, like I've had to go in and do myself. So, but it's a lot of fun, dude. And there's my brain's working super hard, and I know Bailey's is too. So we got a lot of new stuff coming in. We want to give you guys the best possible production that we can. And I know we work 9 to 5s. You know, we got other stuff going on outside of this. But still, it's fun to have like another hobby and another thing to like passion project, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, to put some time and effort into.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
It is
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's what makes it not feel like work too.
Yeah. No, for real.
Know?
Yeah.
Like I take time out of my day at work, like not like goofing off at work or anything, but like at lunchtime or when I get my 2 15-minute breaks, like I just hop over to Canva. I have 2 screens at work anyway, so I can just open up Canva, open up a web browser, and start moving. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, speaking of shout outs, I definitely want to shout out another person, my little brother Cooper. He's on the DB football team, and he's a sophomore this year, and sophomore season as a football player, it sucks. It's a grind. You know, you're going out there busting your ass every day, you're in the weight room, and you're not getting much playing time, so it kind of feels like it's not worth it. Trust me, little man, it is. Right now is the time to get in the weight room, don't worry about playing time. And to get out there on scout team. So, like, whenever your 1s and 2s are running, you know, practice, and your starting offenses out there, they need a scout team defense to run the defense of the team you're playing that week to kind of simulate it for them. And vice versa on defense as well. Yeah. And Cooper was named Scout Player of the Week. So, being a sophomore and being named Scout Player of the Week is a huge honor. I know it's not like your player of the game or anything like that, but it's like, that shows coaches, like, you're not afraid to go out there and work.
Yeah, exactly.
Even when you're not starting or playing. Shows them that you're really there for the team and you're really, like, putting effort in. So, like, huge shout out to you, dude. I'm super proud of you. And, yeah, man, you've made me a proud big brother. Just keep it up, bro.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's awesome to see, especially with him, you know, filling the shoes that I had made at DB and him stepping into those shoes. Like, not to say, like, I don't want him to ever think like he has to live up to what I was, because I want him to be his own thing. I want him to have his own legacy. Like, I did what I did at DB. I wasn't the greatest player ever, but I made a good impression on everybody, especially coach-wise. And I want him to have his own legacy, because he can go far in sports for sure. He's a hoss.
Yeah.
But yeah, huge shout out to Cooper.
Yeah, dude. Shout out Cooper. I'm proud of you too.
Yeah.
I didn't even know, but that's dope, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out the boy Cooper.
Yeah. And I guess speaking of DB, they did lose their home opener to Farragut. Or not home opener, season opener. They went down to Farragut to play.
Okay.
They lost 24-17. It was a last-second touchdown.
Yeah.
I think it was like 20 seconds left and Farragut scored.
Dang.
Yeah, it kind of sucked.
Oh, heck yeah, that sucks.
But then this Friday, tomorrow, they got Greenville, and Greenville's some dogs, dude.
Yeah.
So that's their home opener.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And it's on TV.
Dang.
So like now, you know how when we were in high school it would kick off at 7:30.
Yeah.
Now it kicks off at 7, but this game kicks off at 7:30 because it's TV.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're setting everything up, and it'll be televised. It's like the high school game of the week or something like that.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, it's gonna be. I hope to God they play well. Yeah. They can do it. They can beat Greenville for sure. I don't really know how great of a team Greenville has this year, but in years past, those guys are some dogs. Like, contending for state championships every year.
Yeah.
So.
Jeez, dude. So is this considered homecoming?
No.
Because homecoming, we usually got a pretty easy team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like David Crockett.
Yeah, or Tennessee High.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, homecoming is like later in the season. I think that'll be more towards like October, I guess.
Okay.
Because that's when you get like your homecoming court and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is just a season opener at home, or the home opener. But yeah, it'll be a good game. I think they just pack a lunch because you're going to work, kids. I'll tell you that.
Golly.
That's a Coach Christian word or phrase right there. But yeah, I mean, up to that point, I guess. You had an eventful weekend.
I did. I had a very eventful weekend.
Yeah.
First of all, let me tell you guys one thing. Man, I was a raving fan. I still am a raving fan of Across the Spider-Verse. Amazing animated film. So good. And I have the same thing to say about the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, dude.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Bro, oh my gosh. First of all, It's an animated film that got a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That alone says a lot. It was created by Seth Rogen.
Mm-hmm.
Homie killed it,
Really?
dude. This is the first. So the many iterations we've seen of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We got the cartoon from like the 80s and 90s. Then we had the 90s live action, and then we had the ones that came out like 5-10 years ago.
Yeah,
But-
the like super CGI ones.
Exactly.
The 90s live action was kind of creepy.
I liked it.
Oh, you did?
I did. I was a fan because that's
That's
my
your-
first idea of the
Yeah,
Teenage Mutant Ninja
yeah.
Turtles. So I like those. They are creepy when you look at them.
Mm.
And the suits, like one of the Donatello suit, like went for auction and it's like rotting now. It's crazy, dude. It's weird.
It's like some Five Nights at Freddy's shit.
It is. It really is. That's a good way of putting it. But out of all those different versions of the Ninja Turtles that we've seen, they've never been voiced by teenagers, and they are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's a good point.
Never.
Yeah.
Dude, in this movie, there's a 14, 215, and a 16-year-old that voices the 4 Ninja Turtles. And they sound like kids. They act like kids.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, this movie, they're figuring out who they are. You get the backstory of like how you get to see how they came in. I mean, you kind of do in most. There's like an origin in a lot of them.
Yeah.
But dude, this one, they did it so well. Jackie Chan voices Master Splinter.
Yeah.
Dude, and there's so many people in that movie. Like Seth Rogen, John Cena, Jackie Chan, Paul Rudd, and then, I mean, the list goes on. There's a lot more people in that movie. But dude, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This movie is so good. It is an animated film, but the soundtrack too.
Mhm.
Ice Cube voices the main villain in that movie.
That's what we were talking about last time.
Oh
That's
my
what
gosh.
I thought.
Yeah, he plays Superfly.
Mhm.
Like, that's his character. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, dude. You say the word and I'll go see that movie with you.
All right, bet.
I saw Across the Spider-Verse 3 times in theaters. I will see this one 3 times in theaters as well. It is that freaking good, and I could not recommend to you guys enough how good this freaking movie is. Oh my gosh. It's sick. But that's what I did last Friday, the day after we filmed the last pod. Posted on Monday. Then Saturday, I was over at my boy Sam's house. Shout out Sam Douthit. Or O Sam Draws. Or Sam the Van Man. Or Sam's Bus Gus. Shout out the boy. I was over at his house. We shot guns, laid down by the river, drank some beer. We rode Razors, which are like side-by-sides, which are like four-wheelers that have 2 seats on them. Anyway, we were riding side-by-sides, and I was like, there were 2 people can ride in them, and we had 3 people on one of them, and I was the 3rd person. Hannah was riding in the passenger seat, and I'm not going to make her hold on to the back, so I'm holding on to the back of this thing. I'm holding on to the roll cage. When we relax a little bit, I'll grab the top case. So I was relaxing, grabbed the top case, leaning over it a little bit. Then we hit a gnarly bump. Flew my legs up in the air. And I landed. Oh my gosh.
This shit is gnarly.
And I got this freaking bruise from my leg just slamming against the roll cage. So this is a tattoo, but this galaxy right
The
here,
Milky Way?
is the freaking Milky Way is a bruise of me just slamming against the roll cage of that. But regardless, I had a great time. I was like, dude, keep going. I was like, keep going. I'll just hold on. But it was rough. And I still feel it when I walk. It's like I could not work out legs right now. Like doing
Dude, no
squats would
way.
freaking kill me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even stretching it, it's like, oh my gosh.
That's a nasty bruise.
It was gnarly, dude. So yeah, that was part of my Saturday. So with that being part of my Saturday, I was only able to watch the recap, and I was not able to sit down and watch and order UFC 292.
Damn.
I didn't get the dude. I can't tell you how stoked. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. But first of all, the winners. I'm so stoked for the people that won and how they won. But yeah, that was my Saturday, and you had a pretty eventful Saturday too, did you not?
Yeah, we did. We went to bed pretty early on Friday night after I live streamed the DB game. went to bed. We got up kind of early, probably like 9 o'clock-ish. We had to go, not had to go, we went to Banner Elk with Hannah's parents and her brother. Usually every year for like Hannah's and her brother's birthday, because Hannah has a twin brother.
Yeah.
Usually every year for their birthday, their parents take us up to Banner Elk, and we just we'll go to the Banner Elk Winery.
Oh, that's cool.
We'll go around. We'll went over to Blowing Rock, stuff like that, and then go eat dinner somewhere.
Yeah.
There's a place in Banner Elk called Sorrento's, an Italian spot.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's like super authentic.
Yeah.
Like so authentic that they think the mob runs it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sounds fire.
Yeah, it's fire.
Yeah.
Dude. It's so good. But yeah, we went to the winery. That was a lot of fun. It was beautiful up there, especially being that high up in the mountains. It's like when it's sunny up there and beautiful, it's like 72.
Yeah.
And breezy.
Dude.
Yeah. Fire
That's
weather.
Perfect, dude. That's perfect.
What I wish it was here.
Yeah. Yeah. No kidding.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun. It's always fun getting to spend time with her family. Her family's dope. They're all funnier and shit.
That's cool.
And I love hanging out with them. So it was a good day of like hanging out and like celebrating Hannah and Reese and and everything. And then that night we came back, made it just in time to turn on the prelims. I think I can't remember what the fight was right before the Chris Weidman fight.
Mm-hmm.
I caught the tail end of that and then the Chris Weidman fight. He did not have ring rust, by the way. He looked good.
Yeah.
He just got outclassed.
Yeah, I mean
you could just tell that guy was way better than Chris Weidman was.
Well, I think Dana in the post-fight conference said he needs to retire.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's getting up there a little bit, though.
I know.
But
I mean, you still have 40-year-olds fighting.
Yeah, I know.
I know. I mean, I know he's probably like mid to late 30s. I don't know his exact age.
I don't know his exact age.
Maybe
either.
36.
But he's been in the game for a while.
He has.
But
I don't know. I mean, if dude wants to keep fighting, let him keep fighting.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know what
he's
I mean?
still a name.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I mean?
sure.
It's
he's gonna draw to the prelim card.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But then I bought the fights and watched all the main card fights. Pretty good. The Cheeto Vera fight. It was.
I don't even know who fucking won that. I don't know who won
Cheeto.
that. Cheeto won.
Cheeto won.
Okay.
Yeah. Cheeto won by decision, unanimous decision.
Okay.
It was a very close fight. Cheeto had this straight jab that was just money all fight. Yeah, and just tore his ass up. I can't remember who he fought.
I don't know either. Diego Sanchez. No.
Munoz.
Was it Pedro Diego? Is it Pedro?
I think it's Pedro Munoz.
It is Pedro Munoz. But is that who he fought?
Yeah.
I think it was Pedro Munoz.
Yeah, it was.
That's who. Sean fought him late last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who he was fighting, and I mean, I don't know. He just had that straight jab that was money all night, busted his face up.
Dang.
And I mean, it was just one of those fights where it was like, Cheeto took some hits, but it was never anything like he was worried about losing the fight. Like, he was in control of that fight the whole time.
Yeah.
And then the Weili Zhang fight.
Yeah, who won that?
Weili Zhang.
Zhang
Weili.
Weili.
I always say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zhang Weili won that fight.
Yeah.
I think she was a knockout TKO too.
Was it?
Yeah, and I think it was like second, third round, something like that. Yeah, Zhang hit her with a freaking overhand right, and that girl Amanda Lemos, she was like, as soon as it hit her with it, you could just tell she was like, just gone.
Oh my god.
And she fell backwards, and then she when she hit the ground, she kind of came back to a little bit and started going in defense.
Yeah.
But Zhang jumped all over her ass and put her out.
Dang.
And then the Sean O'Malley fight.
Oh wait, before we get to Sean O'Malley.
Oh yeah.
Ian Gary.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I forgot about him.
Yeah.
That guy's a fucking badass.
Dude, I
have never watched him fight, but holy shit.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was saying whenever we talked about it in the last podcast. I was like, this Ian Gary fight, though,
dude,
it's going to be crazy.
That guy.
Neil Magny is who he fought, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was the most, like, alpha shit I have ever seen in a ring.
He's the real deal.
The leg kicks.
Yeah.
I didn't
see the fight, but.
Oh my god, dude. Ian had his ass tore up with the leg kicks.
Yeah.
To the point to where he had to go switch to southpaw.
Oh my god.
And anytime he would switch back to orthodox, Ian would smack his leg again, and then he'd just be like, he couldn't put any weight on it.
Gosh, dude.
Like, even whenever he went to southpaw, like, to go throw a punch, he
Yeah.
couldn't plant and push off his back foot.
Wow.
That's how bad it was.
Dang, son.
I mean, and Ian knew it, too. Like, he
Yeah.
just walked him down the whole time.
Yeah.
And then the punches he was throwing, the kicks he was throwing, he just put on a masterclass performance.
Yeah.
Even though Sean O'Malley got that second round knockout,
Yeah.
that was fight of the night.
Really, it was
Yeah.
like that, dude. I hate that I was not able to watch these freaking
And
fights.
the fucking energy that dude brought.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I was just like watching him. I was like, this dude's a motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. You want to know who's training MMA with Ian Gary right now?
Who?
Jake Paul.
Oh fuck, really?
To prepare for this Nate MMA fight.
That's
Scary.
not good.
It's not good for Nate.
Yeah, for Nate.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I never thought it was
crazy.
good for Nate to begin with.
I didn't.
I didn't
so
like
either.
the way he performed in the
kinda-
boxing match.
No, dude's kind of out of it.
He is. He's out of it. Dude, head trauma.
Maybe chasing like a last second bag
That's what he's doing.
to be cushioned.
But I don't think it's worth it, dude.
It's not fucking worth
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Not to let that. I'm sorry. I know you like him. I can't fucking stand the kid.
I love him, dude.
I can't stand him.
Yeah.
And you can't let that kid just keep fucking picking off the. It's like a pack of hyenas taking off like a baby elephant or like a sick elephant. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
why don't you go after that big motherfucker with the tusks? It's like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Hey, I'll give him some credit. Like the Tyron Woodley fight. Golly, you gotta give that dude credit.
I mean, no, I
For
give him credit.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? 2+ years of boxing, like.
Yeah.
He looks
3
good.
now. Yeah.
He really trains.
He
And
does.
hats off to him for that. But
Yeah.
I just don't like his trash talk. I don't like, because, like, there's a difference between trash talk and, like, his trash talk.
Yeah.
His shit is, like, really trying to, like, out somebody and hurt them. And,
Yeah.
like, I don't like that. That's not
Yeah.
how you do it.
No, I know what you mean, and it's to sell the fight. But dude, the way that Nate was talking in that post-fight interview immediately after the fight in the ring still,
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, this. I've never seen this dude like back down like this.
I know.
I'm like the
It
way
was
he
weird.
It was weird. I didn't like the way I felt. I was like, this isn't Nate Diaz.
No.
You know what I mean?
You're supposed to be like, I want you again, motherfucker.
Exactly.
You know?
You know what I mean? It's like this is the dude that created the Stockton slap. Like it's like this. I mean, golly, rep it, dude. I did. I felt,
I'm with you. Yeah, I
you
thought
know,
it was weird too.
It was strange. And then he was like, hey, quit fighting.
Yeah.
He was like, be nice.
Yeah.
Be nice. And because he was like, they were fighting before the match. And he's talking about both their teams, and I was like, "What the heck, dude? This is."
Well, you can
sick."
just tell him doing that is like he is not here.
Yeah, dude. And
You know,
his
he was
face
just-
and just the way he talks, it sounds like his tongue is always sticking outside of his teeth.
It's punch drunk.
It is punch drunk, dude.
It's definitely punch drunk.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, especially with like all of his fights in his career, like
Mhm.
that's how all his fights were. Like if he was losing a fight, he was just taking a bunch of damage.
Yeah.
Like he was getting knocked the fuck around.
But he never got knocked out, and that's the
No,
problem. 'Cause
exactly.
He's tough
That's what I'm
as
saying.
shit.
That's what I'm saying.
He's so tough.
That's the problem, is because he never got knocked out. Most people would have been knocked out
Exactly.
and not taken the other 40% of the punches thrown
Exactly.
in the rest of the fight.
Exactly.
You know?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, and then that Ian Gary fight was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great fight.
Yeah.
Sean O'Malley fight,
Yes.
dude. I was this fucking close, man.
The calling it. Yeah.
I posted it on Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah.
That is short and a reel.
Yeah.
Go check that out and like it, by the way.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, dude, I was so close to calling it. Yeah, first round happened, and I was like, okay, that's good. And then the second round goes through, and I'm like, holy shit, he just did it.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Yeah.
that punch, dude.
Dude, that timing of that punch.
timing.
Oh my god.
Aljamain went in to start, and then just
Yeah.
never ever got started.
No, caught him in that pocket. When you watch it in slow motion, like if you watch it in normal speed, it's like, how did he get that punch in at that time?
It is crazy.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
tiny
insane.
window.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, dude. Hats off to Sugar Sean, bro. That
And-
was sick.
Yeah. Hats off to Sugar Sean, and hats off to Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah.
I've never really like paid attention to him too much.
Yeah.
But the way he handled himself after that fight,
Yeah.
in that conference,
Yeah.
the post fight conference right
Yeah.
there, badass.
Yeah.
I mean, that is also some alpha shit.
Yeah.
You know, Ian
I
Gary
didn't see the
fighting the way he
fight
was.
with him. Yeah.
He basically just was like, he gave props to Sean.
Sean,
You
yeah.
know? Even though that fight is a lot of like bad blood.
Yeah.
You know, like ish.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he was super commendable for that. I mean, he basically kind of gave like an Israel Adesanya speech almost, just basically being like,
that's it.
You know, the highs that I've reached in this sport, like I hope everybody in the crowd finds something that they can chase with the intensity I have with being a UFC champion. Like everybody needs that in their life, so go find it. And plus, him walking out, he got booed.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted him to lose.
But he's going against the new Conor McGregor.
Yeah, and I get that. I get that. But, like, for the entire crowd to boo him, plus it's Boston, because they're freaking relentless up there.
Yeah, they are.
But, and then for him to still have the composure in class to win, or to lose like that, and to, like, thank Sean and to, like, give him his props for being a badass and, you know, everything is really commendable. I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
I love when people win with class, but I also love when people lose with class. Because I think that's really what shows your character.
It really is. I completely agree. But I think a lot of MMA fans thought that he was going to be a fluke. Whenever he was fighting in Fight Island during COVID, and he beat, like, the whole Petr Yan fight, like the stoppage of the fight, and he won the belt and started crying. He's like, I don't want it. And they were trying to hand him the belt. He's like, I don't even want this. He was like, I don't want to win this way. Mm-hmm. But the way I viewed it, I was like, okay. I'm like, Petr Yan's going to come back and whip his ass. Him and Petr Yan fought again. Aljamain won. And it's like, okay. Maybe
that wasn't a fluke.
Maybe it wasn't a fluke. Okay, maybe this guy just actually has some he has some more motivation than that. Then he beat TJ Dillashaw, whatever. But I mean, TJ literally had his arm dislocated the whole time. Then he brought Henry Cejudo out of retirement and beat Henry Cejudo. So he's defended his belt 3 times.
Yeah.
I mean that's not all UFC fighters that get a belt do that. You know what I mean? Aside from like the Kamaru Usmans, John Jones, and Israel Adesanya's, and some Volkanovski's, you got a bunch of other people that fall in there. But there's sometimes one-time belt holders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He wasn't one of those, and I really like him as a fighter. And I didn't get to see that part of the post-fight press conference, but I really like hearing that because I continuously gained respect for him. Yeah. Because at first I didn't really have much. I was like, he's whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? But no, I'm super happy that Sean got the belt. But I did like Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah, I love the way his like post fight interview went. And even Sean's was hilarious.
I didn't see it.
Sean just kind of seemed like he was just like, holy shit, I did it.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't a lot of like hoorah, rah-rah stuff.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, he did screams like, how about that, Boston, or something like that.
Yeah, he did. I did see that.
Which is, that, yeah, obviously, bro, you just won the belt in a fantastic fashion. Like, yes, do that.
Yeah, go off, yeah.
But he also called out Cheeto.
He called out Cheeto, and I'm like, dude.
He said, did Cheeto win?
Yeah.
And he goes, was it boring?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I love that.
Dude, okay.
I love that.
I did see that, too. I don't...
He didn't even give Joe Rogan a chance to answer. He's like, was it boring? Probably.
Yeah.
Which it kind of was.
I didn't see the fight. Couldn't tell you. I didn't even know if he won or not. But I did see where he called Cheeto out, and it's like, I don't... First of all, Cheeto hasn't earned that spot at the title yet with these, like, his last 3 fights is a 2-win, 1 loss. You know what I mean? You at least need to be on a 5-fight win streak to get a shot at the belt. Something close to that.
Especially if you're... I mean, he's not, like, number 1 or 2 contender,
right?
Exactly.
No. Yeah. No. Not in the bantamweight division,
yeah.
No.
And I think that was the case for Amanda Lemos, too, is because she was number 5 contender, but she's on a win streak.
Yeah.
So I think that's what gave her that shot of like, okay, if you want to take it, try.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, maybe. But the whole reason that Sean called out Cheeto is because that's Sean's 1 loss on his record.
Yeah,
is against
he wants
Cheeto.
Some redemption on that.
He wants some redemption on that because, I mean, whenever Bruce Buffer's announcing him, I've noticed this in Sean's last 5 fights. Whenever Bruce Buffer is announcing him, he's like, 15 wins and 1 loss. Sean will be like 15 wins, and he'll hold up the 0 whenever Bruce Buffer goes 1 loss because he's like, I didn't lose because he hurt his foot in that fight.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
He just couldn't continue.
Exactly. Yeah. But it is what it is. We'll see if Cheeto gets a shot, but I mean, I'd love... There's a lot of people I'd like to see John fight. But anyway.
Yeah, those are some dope fights, man.
Mhm.
Very dope fights.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know the next UFC card that's
don't
coming up. I'm sure there's going to be another set of banger fights.
Yeah, I know we're getting John Jones and Stipe in November.
That's going to be a badass
That's gonna be
fight.
insane. Who else? I know, and then Conor and Michael Chandler are supposed to fight in December, but I don't know if Conor will be able to do that because of the USADA thing,
Yeah.
the USADA, because he failed some tests for like steroids, but it wasn't steroids, it was something else. Anyway, he failed that, but there's been fighters that have fought on a 1 week notice that didn't have to go through all that testing, and it's like, okay, if this can happen, like fighters fighting on 1 week notice,
Yeah.
it's happened before.
Mm-hmm. There's actually one on this past card.
Was there?
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name, but he did. He took the fight.
Huh.
He just fought.
Really?
Yeah, so this past weekend was UFC 292.
Yeah.
The weekend before that, he fought on that fight
On
night
a
card.
fight night, he's fought that fast?
And then he fought again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he took another fight. He lost, but I mean, hats off to that guy.
That's crazy.
But yeah, he fought 7 days notice.
Yeah, that's like Jorge Masvidal fought Kamaru 7 days notice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I
Yeah,
did not
that's
know that.
insane. That their first fight, and then
Oh,
that's
their
why
first
that's
fight,
why they
okay,
had a
okay.
second fight because he had to prove himself.
Yeah.
He was like, I didn't even get a full camp for this. He was like, I got a week's notice.
Yeah.
So which is still crazy, but anyway, that's crazy. That's great. I
Yeah.
hope Conor and Michael Chandler fight. I
do
love
too.
Conor McGregor, but dude, I think Michael Chandler's gonna piece him up.
I hope so, too. I fucking love Michael Chandler.
I see.
That's a Tennessee boy right there, too. He's in Nashville.
Is he a Tennessee boy?
Yeah. I
Was
don't
he
know if
born-
he's from Tennessee
Okay.
originally, but yeah,
He lives in
he
Nashville.
lives and fights out of Nashville.
Oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
That's cool. That's really cool.
He's all over, like, busting with the boy shit. Like,
Yeah.
they did that Beer Olympics thing.
I know he was there.
He was there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Homie's jacked too.
Fucking jacked.
Oh my, he's
Chiseled.
Chiseled.
It looks like somebody put a vacuum into his belly button
Yeah.
and just was like, sucked all the air out.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. He looks good.
Yeah.
He looks good.
But yeah, so that's what I did this weekend.
Yeah.
Went to Banner Elk, watched the UFC 292, badass fight cards.
Mhm.
Then here we are today.
Mhm.
And today, we want to do something different. I came up with a new segment.
Yes.
We're going to try it out for this episode. You guys might have been wondering what the hell that is on the table. That is for the segment. It's called Go Deep. So, for this segment, basically, there's a bunch of topics and or like philosophical-esque questions in there, and we're gonna draw from them. And whatever that is, we're gonna ask the question, let the viewer know what it is, and then we're just gonna go deep on it, as deep as we can down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
All right, so
And first of all, I want to say I'm a very big fan of this, and I love this idea. I do have questions though. Before we get into it, do we each grab one, or do we only grab one and then go off of it, or
yeah, just one.
we're just gonna grab one?
We'll just grab one
for both of us.
Yes, for
And that's
both
what
of
we're
us.
talking about today.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any more questions?
No more questions.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Let's see what we get, boys.
Oh man.
Oh shit, this is a good one.
Oh no.
We can go deep on this.
Oh man.
The importance of religion/spirituality.
Holy cow, dude.
You can take that in a lot of different directions.
You can take that in a lot of different directions.
You know?
That's a loaded question right there,
Yeah.
son.
Well, we'll just start off. Why do you think it? What is the?
I'm going first.
What's the importance of religion and spirituality, in a sense of like, in a personal level and on a societal level?
To answer that question on a personal level first, the best way to answer that is to really reflect on how my religion/spirituality. First of all, I'm a Christian. The way I answer that question is how it has affected me and the importance of it. Okay. I don't know, man. Whenever I was like, I was raised from like 8 to 13, I was in a church every Sunday. My grandmother taught me how to say the Lord's Prayer, and we would recite that every night before I went to bed, because at one point my grandparents and my parents lived in the same house together. And so it was ingrained in me at an early age. But from like 15 to 18, I let that all go to the wayside. I didn't really put that first. I definitely felt a higher being and higher presence in my life, but it's like I wasn't like really like living it, you know what I mean? But I got saved whenever I was 18 years old, because I was just doing the wrong thing, surrounding myself with the wrong people, and at that point is when I really, like, just a bunch of underage drinking, very irresponsibly, not just like getting a couple beers, hanging out with friends at a house. It's like, okay, let's
like
go.
Blackout drunk.
Like getting very, like, throwing up everywhere, making other people miserable because I'm around them messed up.
Yeah.
And smoking too much weed. Anyway, but I had a feeling. I was like, man, I'm like, and then I just had this overwhelming feeling. I'm like, if I died right now, I feel like I'm going to hell. But that's just me. Not everybody feels that way. But that's what I had believed and was ingrained in me at an early age. So I was like, I need to make a change here. You know what I mean? So the importance of that for me, everybody has their own story, but the 180 change I made whenever I was 18 to now, it's seriously night and day. I'm a completely different person than I was 7 years ago. You know what I mean? And gosh, to answer the question of the importance of that is the hardest thing for me to do. For me, it's not just about being a good person. It's not just about good intentions, because they say path to hell is paved with good intentions. So it's like, just how selfless can you be? How can and turning the other cheek? And it's not like, okay, someone punches you, turn the other cheek. That's not how I take that.
No.
But it is definitely taking the high road.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is such a hard question to answer without having had time to think about it.
We're going deep, son.
We're going deep. Do you have anything any thoughts that you want to bounce off while I'm collecting, or?
Yeah, I mean, I guess for like the importance of religion and spirituality,
Personally.
From a personal level, I think it gives a person a moral compass. It gives them something to base judgment off of. Not necessarily like casting judgment on people, but like judgment of like how you need to go about a certain situation. So like it gives you basically like a roadmap.
Yeah.
And you know, that moral compass of what is right and wrong.
Yeah.
What should I do versus what I shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Why I should do something versus why I shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like to feed into what you said about the path to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah.
I think that is saying like a lot of people do have good intentions about doing things for others, like doing nice things for others.
Yeah.
There's a selfishness there to it.
There is.
You know what I mean?
There is,
it's
because,
like, okay, I look like a good person
Yeah.
when I do this. Other people perceive me as a good person
Yeah.
because I do these things, so I'm going to continue to do them. When that's the wrong way to go about it.
Yeah.
You should want to do those things because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Because you know that, because like to me, like you, I'm a Christian as well, so you want to be as Christ-like as possible.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a Christian.
Yeah.
And doing stuff like that selflessly, trying to do, you know, I've always thought it was like that quote you see on every mom's minivan, what would Jesus do?
Oh my gosh,
I mean, but that's a real quote, you know what I mean? It's like, it's true. It's like in that situation, it's like, okay, what would Jesus do? What would Christ do in this situation?
And it's hard.
And it's hard a lot of times. And
Yeah.
dude, and that's why we're humans, is because we fail constantly, over and over and over again. God gives us grace, and you know, Jesus died for our sins, so we have the ability to fail and try again, and fail and try again, and fail and try again. But as long as you're trying and have that right frame of mind of like doing selfless acts for others and being kind for no reward at all, just because it's the right thing to do, I think is where the importance comes into it as like a personal level.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. And first of all, and we're not trying to sit here and preach that this is the only way, because spirituality, aside from religion, spirituality is very important, I believe, as well. Whether or not that is another religion, whether or not that you just feel connected to the universe, or you connected to just a higher form of yourself in your mind, I think it all is so important. But, just so you know, we are inviting Christians, because there's a party in heaven whenever we die. Shout out, my Lord and Savior. But with that, like I learned this whenever I was like really changing my life. Think of your life and every aspect of your life, and I think I've talked to you about this before, as a tire on a bike, and there's 7 things that act as spokes on that bike. And it's called the 7 equities. And the 7 equities are mind, body, soul, family, friends, business, and money. When you think about it, these are the main 7 things that really can get you in a bad mood or affect you in life. These are the things coming in that are being imported into you that affect you immediately. Directly. Yeah. I think whichever one you're missing there, your ride is going to be a lot bumpier. Mm-hmm. If you don't take care of your body, you know what I mean? Whenever time comes to go on a walk or to pick up something, anything. Like, I've seen videos of like a fat woman. It was like a surveillance footage of a fat woman who her baby was in a stroller and she tripped, and her baby was literally rolling towards traffic.
Yeah, and she couldn't
get up because she was so fat. And thank goodness this man was there who sprinted down and got this stroller right before he came into traffic. Yeah. That will heavily affect you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's just one of the many. But I think
that wheel, because you have talked to me about that before.
Yeah,
that wheel will roll on 3 spokes.
It'll roll on 3 spokes, but dang, it's hard.
Yeah, but dang, it's hard.
Yeah,
it rolls a lot better on all 7 spokes when all 7 things are aligned.
Yeah.
But I think too, like with that question, I think that's why the slash is there for religion / spirituality, is because not everybody is religious per se.
Yeah.
Not everybody classifies themselves as a Christian or Muslim or Jewish or Hinduist or Buddhist, whatever you want to, follow. But I do believe, like, spirituality and religion are necessary.
Yeah.
They can be used in a negative way, to control or manipulate or, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen that in the past in history, but, I think it's fundamental to society as well. Mm-hmm. You got to allow people to be spiritual, to express themselves freely, to really go deep inside and not be afraid of what they find, type thing.
Yeah.
Because, if you never go deep inside yourself and, I guess explore your spirituality or your religiousness, like, you're missing out on a whole other portion of life that's so important.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, me personally, like, religion has played a huge part in my life, because like you, I grew up in church and everything, and then I kind of fell out of it.
Yeah.
But I felt like in college, like, that was one thing that was kind of like saved me, was my spirituality. Like, exploring that, finding out, like, okay, this isn't working, so I need to really, like, take a step back and, like, look deep inside myself and see who I truly am, because I'm not this person. I don't like being this person.
Yeah.
This person has gotten me into a lot of trouble and a lot of hardships.
Yeah.
And I'm not this type of person.
Yeah.
But yeah, going and exploring your spirituality is super important, I think.
I completely agree. And for me personally, as you were talking, multiple points came up in my head too. And a big thing for me was also, like, with what I do believe in, a fear of dying and then just be floating in a black space of nothing, with what my belief promises is something so much cooler than that.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true.
It's like I'm trying to be up there, vibing out with every one of my homies, everybody that's died in my life that has meant so much to me. Like I want to be, and then that I mean, if you listen to 50% of the music that you listen to, I know how I feel about the rappers that talk about God, and how some of the rappers that don't, and the way their music just sounds different. I'm like, man. I'm like, one's way more positive.
Yeah.
One makes me feel good. One, I'm like, hey, shout out God. You know what I mean? Like, and you know what I mean? And it's like, and listening to this could be uncomfortable for someone that doesn't believe in that. You know what I mean? But, and I don't want to say it's like that because you know what I mean? That's the whole judgment and everything. It's a loaded ass question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's part of it. I think that's why it's the
going deep.
Yeah, going deep, but like also the philosophical,
okay.
like part of that question is like,
yeah.
I don't think there is supposed to be one quote unquote right answer.
I don't think there is.
I think the one thing that you can take away from this whole going deep part is the most important thing in society and as on a personal level is it gives people a moral compass.
Yeah.
It gives people something to go back to, reference, and go back out into the world and try and do their best based off their beliefs.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I feel like with religion, like there's so many like holy wars that go on. Like Middle East has been torn for years between Jewish people and Islamic people.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy to me, like the stuff that goes on there, and it's like, thou shalt not kill is in both of those books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
And it's crazy. I don't
It is
know.
crazy.
It's crazy how much people can claim to be so religious and or spiritual and still just be like not nice people.
Yeah.
Not good people.
Oh, I know.
You know?
And you'll see it in church. You'll see
it in church a lot.
You see it in church a lot.
It's sad.
It is sad, and it's like, man, and I don't even want to call out any like sects of Christianity or any type of local religion that we have around here. But it's like, dude, it's like, hey, I mean, hey, I saw you at the liquor store the other day. Came to say hi to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like when I worked in the liquor store, there was people that would like park around back and like come in, come out real fast because they didn't want anybody to see them there.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, as long as you don't have a problem, what is the problem?
Yeah.
You know, as long as you're not abusing this or using it inappropriately, like, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Jesus drank wine.
Yeah, exactly. Turn water into wine.
He turned water into wine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a form of like, I don't know, just so many weird like things like, and that's the thing about the Bible. People can take it so many different ways.
You can
interpret it so many different ways.
Yeah.
Which I think is what makes it the greatest book that has ever been given to humans.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, because it's so broad yet personal.
Yeah.
So it's like anybody can have any sort of interpretation on it.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Yeah, you really can.
You know,
Either
and
way.
it's up for debate.
It is. It is. That's like if I start to read my Bible, I really like to pray before I do it, and I just pray that I'm shown what I'm supposed to hear with what I'm going through with my life right now, that you can just let it jump out to me, and I really take what I need to hear today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, and let me say, I have not. I've read Psalms, Proverbs, and probably like the first 10 books. 10 chapters of Genesis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then it's like Bible school. It's like you definitely get snippets of each chapter in the Bible. And then Revelation's is crazy. Revelation's is insane.
Wild.
So, I mean, it's cool. And it's cool to check out. You know what I mean? You can go anywhere and get a Bible for free.
Yeah.
A lot of bookstores, Goodwill, they'll sell Bibles for free. You know what I mean? Which I like.
If you're staying in a hotel, open up the nightstand.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, and the cool thing about the Bible too is I love how like symbolic it is and how many metaphors there are in the Bible.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, especially in Revelations. Revelations is wild,
it can get scary.
Yeah, dude, it's terrifying.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Terrifying.
Yeah,
but like if you read through Revelations, or like I've watched a couple YouTube videos of like people basically doing like what is that, like a Cliff Notes version of
Okay.
Revelations.
Yeah.
And like they talk about like all these, you know, beasts and everything that come in, like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
And it's like the way they draw conclusions, be like, okay, well, this horseman is actually a symbol for this going on in our world. This
Yeah.
is that. And it's
Yeah.
like everything starts to piece together, and you're like, how in the hell
Yeah.
did someone write this
Yeah.
2,000 plus years ago?
Yeah, I know. Multiple people. That's
Yeah,
the
well,
only way
and-
how.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
multiple people did.
Yeah.
You know, over
Yeah.
thousands of years.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
It's
dude.
insane.
It is nuts. And
It's
it's crazy how, like, applicable it is to everyday life still.
Yeah, it is. I completely agree.
It constantly stays
Yeah.
relevant.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Dude, I can't. There's this one Bible verse, and oh my gosh, I'm gonna get roasted. I feel I don't want to say the wrong thing, but
No judgment, bro.
no judgment. It's either Psalms or Proverbs,
Yeah.
and it's either chapter 21 verse 16 or chapter 16 verse 21. But it's the man that wanders out of the way of understanding belongs in the congregation of the dead. I can't tell you how many times that's helped me. Whenever
Say it one more time.
the man that wanders out of the way of understanding belongs in the congregation of the dead.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, dude, I can't tell you how many times I've been sitting there thinking, getting paranoid, being like, what if this happens? What if that? Stressing out over a situation that hasn't happened, or stressing out about like, what if World War III happens? What am I gonna do? Or just, dude, anything.
Yeah.
Anything. What if I get in a car accident? Anything. But then I'm like, that verse alone is like, that is exactly why you don't think about it.
Yeah.
This thought would lead me to, if I continuously thought like that all the time, belongs in the congregation of the dead.
Yeah.
So, and then that's
It leads you to the wrong place.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's this is a different topic, but whenever, for me, the way I feel about conspiracy theories that are really far out there, I feel like I've also heard this quote: the longer you look into the void starts looking back into you.
Yeah.
And I hate that thought, dude. Like, the more you think about what is not really known, it's like the unknown comes into you. So I really am not a big conspiracy theory person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the people around me that will talk about aliens, like, I'm here for it, but it's like, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to live my best life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that was that. I mean,
I'm with you, dude,
Yeah.
100%. But I am a huge fan of conspiracy theories.
mm-hmm.
I think I enjoy
people
them.
are.
I think they're fun.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like go so far as to be like, you know, obsess over it, stress over it type things. Like, somebody brings a conspiracy theory to me, or like I see a video on one, I'm just like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's go a little bit deep down this rabbit hole.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
see where they're,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think everybody has that with something. For me, I'm a freaking wuss. I'm scared of scary movies. I love horror video games.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with it.
Mm.
I've seen some crazy shit in video games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, I know what you mean in diving in those rabbit holes.
Yeah, yeah.
But-
and I
but,
don't
like-
think there's anything wrong with that either.
I don't
you know what I
either.
mean?
Yeah.
But like when it comes to like conspiracy theories and stuff like that, like I don't know. I feel like I think it's actually your duty to question stuff.
I agree.
You
I
what
know.
mean?
Yeah,
To-
yeah.
to
I know what
question,
you mean.
not necessarily to like question God or anything like
Yeah.
that. But more so just like, you know, with everything that goes on in our world, like our world is ran by a man.
Yeah.
It's not ran by God.
Yeah.
It has not been for a long time. Since Eve ate the apple,
Exactly.
it has never been run by God.
Exactly. Yeah.
It has been run by man.
Yeah.
And moreover, you could even go as far to say as it's run by the devil. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of evil shit that goes on in our world.
Exactly. Yeah.
Especially behind the scenes. But like when it comes to conspiracy theories, I have like something deep in me that like when I hear a really good conspiracy theory that's like solid in foundation,
Yeah.
not like the earth is hollow
Or flat. Yeah.
like that one, those are like, okay, those are fun conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
But the ones that are like, you know, like this is, this powerful group of elites are coming to, like, they're trying to take the world over to a certain place, and, like, they believe in all these, like, demons or, like, paganist gods, or have these practices that align with demonic stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
I am totally with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
because
I know what you mean.
I do
Yeah.
think there's really, really, really shady shit
Yeah.
that is going on that we have no idea about.
I do agree. And then that's so whenever I think of conspiracy theories, I think of like aliens and things like the back room being real.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
That's when that's
the
right.
fun ones.
Those are fun.
They're fun.
But it's like you can definitely draw the line and be like, okay, I will entertain this, but I'm not on board with this.
No.
You know what I mean?
And, like, watching videos and stuff like that is, like, fun. It's like watching a horror movie or playing a horror video game. It's like, it's fun.
Exactly.
It's not something to be like, oh my god, I'm stressed out because that's real, or that could be real, or what if it, that bullshit happens.
Yeah.
But no, like, the real conspiracy theories.
Oh,
like,
dude, but I haven't dove into those.
Yeah.
Just because if it is considered a conspiracy theory, I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But I do know exactly what you're talking about because I listen to freaking Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I like it, you know what I mean? It's like, I've definitely heard all this, especially if you hear an episode of Duncan Trussell.
Oh,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? It's game over.
I mean, yeah, just like Bohemian Grove.
Don't know what that is.
You what?
I watched the most recent Joe Rogan with Duncan Trussell.
Well, there is one, I can't remember what episode it was, but it's the one where they're in cloaks. And they had, like, the candles lit in the studio, and they had it, like, over their faces.
Yeah,
They were looking like they were, like, in a cult or something like
yeah.
that. They talk, I think in that episode they talk about Bohemian Grove, but Bohemian Grove is basically, like, this place way out, and it's in the Alex Jones episode, too. Alex Jones is all over that shit. He is the only person to ever sneak into Bohemian Grove and get footage and get out. It's
gosh, it's a real
it's
place.
fenced in. It's like deep in the woods, somewhere out in the Midwest. Yeah, somewhere out in the West.
Are you kidding me?
Swear to God, dude, I swear to God.
No, I believe.
It's a real place.
I believe you, but I didn't.
It's a real place, and it's guarded by I don't know what agency, but super powerful elites.
Yeah.
All these presidents have been members and gone there.
Wow.
It's like a retreat for elites.
Yeah.
And they go there, and there's this effigy. I don't want to butcher this because it is fucking...
Okay.
But there's an effigy of this owl god. And basically, if I'm not mistaken, that owl god is like... It demands sacrifice for power.
Okay.
In our realm.
Yeah.
So basically it's like, they go there, they all dress in these cloaks, and like, they say like a bunch of like shady shit happens there, like some Epstein-ish shit happens.
Oh, okay.
To where like, now you have blackmail on other people, and like now it's like you're all intertwined, so nobody's taking anybody down.
Oh my gosh.
Because if you take him down, you're also taking yourself and 16 other people.
Yeah.
You know? So
why were you there? Yeah.
There's some shady shit that goes on there, and they, chant and like burn things at the foot of the statue.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's weird.
And it's like, okay, that's going on.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And you're gonna say, no, we're just having fun.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah. That's
Who does this?
That's insane.
Who, and especially like huge elites, like elite people.
Yeah.
Top of the food chain, presidents, world leaders, like all come and meet in this congregation, dress up in cloaks, chant, and burn shit at the foot of an effigy. Like, fuck out of my face and tell me that's, you know what I mean?
Crazy, yeah.
All that to say, we went really, really deep on that.
Good.
Yeah. The segment worked.
Yeah.
But all that to say is like, yes, like those conspiracy theories, those are the ones where I'm like, yeah, I side with God on this one.
Yeah.
God, I think God is really trying to pull the veil on that shit and be like, look, what they're telling you and why it is not true.
Yeah.
Look at all these little like dots that are connected.
Yeah.
And think for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't be a robot. Don't be a sheep. And, that's why I think like that religion and spirituality plays into that sort of type of thinking.
Yeah.
Because I don't think like looking into the unknown and it looks back into you.
Yeah.
I get where you're going with that.
You know
and
what
I
mean?
agree.
Yeah.
I agree on that side. But on this side, it's like I
No.
think it's our duty
to question things.
To question that.
No, I'm with that.
Just eat from the spoon.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
we're, be a good boy and eat this food.
Yeah.
Like no, fuck you. What's in it?
Yeah.
Preservatives, chemicals, cancer.
Yeah.
Then no.
Yeah.
It's.
Yeah.
I definitely think that's.
Oh, dude. Oh my gosh. I feel like we could even go deeper in that
Should
conversation.
we start climbing back out of that hole?
Maybe,
We went deep.
Maybe, because
There's
a
a lot of branches.
I
down
know.
there.
I was about to go on to another one, but that would probably be like another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. Well, the segment worked.
Yeah, dude, I love that. I
Yeah.
do think that both religion and spirituality are important, though.
I definitely think so.
You know what I mean?
I think they're necessary.
Yeah, I do too.
They're so necessary for anybody, honestly. And not to say like you have to be a Christian or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't have to identify yourself, but like being spiritual and like searching within yourself to find who you truly are.
Yeah.
And, finding some sort of like moral compass so that way you can go out there and be a light, be a force for good, make the world a better place.
Yeah.
Before you leave it, type of mentality.
Yeah.
It's super important.
Completely agree.
But yeah, you were talking about like rap music and stuff, so I guess if you want to, we can hop over into the starting five.
I would love to hop into the starting five. So, based off our Instagram polls, it got voted. Barely. It was neck and neck with video games.
Yeah.
Which I was telling Tucker, I was like, dude, if we do video games, I need genres. I need
Yeah.
horror games, sports games, action shooters, racing games. I mean, or PlayStation games, Xbox games, Nintendo games.
That's your whole like.
That's my area. So
Rappers won.
rappers won, thank goodness. So it's like that's pretty specific. Yeah, I mean, it is like
Rappers
music,
is easy.
artists, rapper. Yeah, I could, you know what I mean.
Yeah. And
So-
also shout out everybody that voted on that. We appreciate the engagement.
Yes,
Keep it up.
for real. So, starting five rappers for this episode. Do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. I didn't write it down, so this may be
I didn't either.
a little fucked, but let me take a little break.
Okay.
Take like a 5-minute break and figure it out.
All right.
Okay.
We will be back after a word from our sponsor.
This episode of the Off the Rip podcast is brought to you by Liquid Death. Liquid Death is the ruthless tall boy of flavored sparkling water. It has a twisted plan to use natural agave and exploding bubbles to murder your thirst and recycle your soul. Coolest thing about Liquid Death is they don't use plastic. They use cans. Cans are fully recyclable. Plastic is not. So, not only are you drinking a badass drink, you're also helping the planet. So shout out Liquid Death and go to your nearest local retailer today.
Or go online, go to liquiddeath.com/OTR podcast for 10% off your next order. Now back to the show.
And we're back. Took a little break there so I can collect my thoughts. I have to write this shit down or I'll forget it. But starting five rappers. Starting out with number 5. My number 5 is going to be 50 Cent.
Oh, dude.
50 Cent is...
Dang, son.
50 Cent was like one of the first rappers I heard when I was little.
Me too.
And like my dad used to work out at this bodybuilding gym. And he would take me there in the mornings before he'd drop me off at pre-K.
Yeah, dude.
So I'd be in the gym with all these like giant dudes lifting this weight, and 50 Cent is bumping.
Oh
So it just like, I can turn that on today and get in that same sort of mindset in the gym.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So my number 5 is 50 Cent. My number 4, Lil Wayne.
Ha! Dude. Mad respect.
You can't, dude. You cannot not have him on your list.
Yeah, dude.
Lil Wayne is a goat.
Yeah.
One of the goats.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, a little bit lower on my list just because, like, he wasn't that as an influential to me.
Yeah.
But I still, fuck with him, dude.
Yeah,
the
dude.
Carter 1, the Carter 2, the
Yeah.
Carter 3, the Carter 4, the Carter 5.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them, dude. He's just a badass rapper.
He is.
I love those songs. And I can throw him on in the gym and still keep going.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah, dude.
Great gym music. So, yeah, my number 4 is Lil Wayne. My number 3, Eminem. Got me into rap.
I feel that, though, dude.
You know what I mean?
I already know, yeah.
Got me into rap. Introduced me to what rap was. He was a white boy. Still getting all the respect.
Dude, yes.
Still considered like one of the goats.
Yeah.
And in a predominantly black genre of music.
No kidding, yeah.
You know
No,
what I mean?
for real.
So like he kind of like broke down that stereotype of like you had to be black and impoverished to be good at rap.
Yeah.
You could be white and impoverished too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so
Exactly.
but yeah, my number 3 is Eminem, man. That dude's a fucking goat.
Oh, my gosh. He
Great
really-
concert too. It's
he
from
really-
a Bonnaroo.
Did you really?
Yeah, dude. Fantastic concert.
No way.
2019?
No
No,
way.
2018. He headlined 2018.
Wow, you saw Eminem in concert?
Yep.
That's sick,
Dude,
dude.
it was sick.
Dude, sorry, 50 Cent is on a tour right now called The Final Lap.
Oh, really?
I think it's the last tour he's ever gonna do.
Damn.
Yeah.
We might need to hop on this.
We might need to hop on that, dude. I know we'd be lit as shit
Yes.
in there.
That would be crunk,
Especially
dude.
when Mini Man comes on.
Oh my
With
god.
2 little white boys.
Bro,
Mini Man.
pull up.
Yeah. Oh
Dude,
my
yeah.
gosh.
That, oh god, okay.
Mm.
I'll be looking into that.
Mm-hmm.
So, my number 3, Eminem. My number 2, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh gosh, dang son.
Talking about a guy that can really paint a picture and tell a story, dude. To Pimp a Butterfly is such a great album.
Slept on too.
Slept on.
You know?
Section 80 also slept on.
Oh dude.
Section 80 is fire.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean, even like his like first like mainstream albums, Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
Dude, the story that tells is incredible.
Yeah.
And
Especially if you listen to it all the way through.
Yes.
With the segments and stuff that are
Listen
in
to
it.
the segments.
Yeah.
Listen to the, because like he's one of the few artists that actually don't just make radio hits or singles. He makes a piece of art with his album. His album is supposed to be, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Digested completely.
Yeah.
Not just this song's a banger, this song's a banger, because a lot of people do that nowadays. And they're like, oh, these songs are good.
Yeah.
But what do you think of the album?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care what you think about the song.
Dude, exactly.
What did the album say?
Exactly.
To you, you know?
Dude, anytime an artist, like a known artist drops, me and Hannah will go on a drive, we'll wait till Friday, go on a drive that Friday night and listen to the whole album through.
Yeah.
And look at, not criticize it, but kind of be critics of the album.
Yeah.
And like really dissect it, you know what I mean? And be like, oh my gosh.
You're doing what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
You sit down and listen to it.
Yeah.
That's not just a 3.5 minute song. That's an hour and 4 minutes of a musical masterpiece.
I know.
And Kendrick does that over and over and over
my
again.
Gosh, dude,
You know?
you're not lying. Dude, even his most recent I bought his most recent album on vinyl.
Yeah.
Miss Morale and the Big Steppers. Dude.
Great album.
Oh my gosh, it's fantastic.
Fantastic album. But yeah, my number 2, Kendrick Lamar. My number 1, if you know me personally, you know what this is going to be already.
Oh, yeah.
It's J. Cole.
Yeah, of course.
J. Cole just, the things that he has like talked about in his music, the stuff he's gone through in his life, like I can relate so heavy to that.
Yeah.
Like growing up, like I was never the richest kid, but also at the same time, like I was never starving.
Exactly.
Or like never had anything, never didn't have anything to eat.
Yeah.
You know, or like I grew up in a nice house in a nice neighborhood. We didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I definitely didn't have the nicest things.
Yeah.
But it still was like, I got it better than that guy does.
Yeah.
And it's having that mindset. I've always tried to have that mindset of like, not to be ungrateful for the things I don't have.
Yeah.
Or to like want the things I don't have and be mad about that, but to be grateful for what I do have.
Yeah.
And I think that's what his whole message is.
Yeah.
It's just basically being like, look, you got what you got. God gave you what you have.
Yeah.
Be grateful for it, and your life is going to be so much better.
Love yours.
Love yours, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that when I saw that in concert, Hannah was like, I was holding on to Hannah.
Yeah.
I was listening to him. Like, he put a bunch of fog on the stage, spotlight. He brought a stool out, sat on the stool right in front of the crowd, and just like was leaned over and like rapping that song.
Yeah.
Dude, I cried.
Yeah, dude.
I cried because I was like,
I understand why.
he doesn't know me.
Yeah.
From fucking Adam.
Yeah.
No idea who the hell I am.
Yeah.
But I know who he is, and the way that song and like his music has like helped me.
Yeah.
And like the way that he has helped guide me in life is
dude.
like, dude, I can't thank him enough.
Yeah.
Like if I ever am lucky enough to get like a meet and greet with him,
Yeah, dude.
the first thing out of my mouth is gonna be thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That might be the only thing I do say.
Yeah.
I just be like, dude, I've always wanted to meet you. Thank you for doing what you do.
Yeah.
Because it has helped me so much.
Yeah. That's. Because then it's like if you whatever else you say, it's turning into a fanboy.
Exactly.
I know.
And I don't want to be just another fanboy.
Exactly.
Like if I was to ever meet him, I just want him to know, it's be like, the only thing I have to say to you is thank you.
Yeah. Until he comes on the podcast.
That would that would be fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
That would be nuts.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, back to the starting 5. My number 5, run it back for you guys. 50 Cent. My number 4 is Lil Wayne. My number 3 is Eminem. My number 2 is Kendrick Lamar. And my number 1, J. Cole.
Dude, I love that starting five.
Yeah.
I love that starting
Appreciate
five.
that.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's so good. And dude, I mean, all of those could easily be on my starting five as well. Like I don't know where to begin. I do want to just pop off some honorable mentions because like all of my starting fives are people that have played a heavy influence into my life and changed me for the better. And so like honorable mentions, Kid Cudi, dude.
Yeah.
Huge honorable mention for me. Like,
that could be an honorable mention for me too.
Dude, legit changed my life. Could be on my starting five. Kid Cudi easily there. Kendrick easily there, dude. 50 Cent, Eminem, both easily in my starting five. You know what I mean? But whenever I really started to change my life in the direction that I took, and the more serious I started to take my life, and then the way my just whole view of the world changed. My starting five is, you know the order. 5, Childish Gambino.
Okay, yeah.
Donald Glover, bro, dude,
Yeah.
he is so talented across the board because of the internet. Blew up. I mean, first of all, he had Bonfire on Camp, which everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, this song's crazy." Then because the internet came out, he had 3005 on there. Then Same Guys, and then Telegraph Ave, dude. There's so many songs on that album that are just so fantastic. Then Awaken My Love is beautiful with Redbone, dude. Who doesn't love Redbone? I wouldn't even call Awaken My Love a rap album.
Yeah.
Then he came out with 3/15/20, which came out on March 15th, 2020, which shook my world when I listened to it because it was during COVID, and then there's some songs on there that are just crazy. Anyway, number 5, Childish Gambino, mad respect for him. I don't want to riff too long. Number 4, saw him in concert last year, Tyler, the Creator. Dude, and some people have a bad taste in their mouth from Tyler, the Creator, because they're still on that Odd Future, Goblin, Bastard era.
Yeah.
And they're like, they think it's like all Yonkers and how he like literally in interviews disowns that part of him at this point. Not disowns, he knows it was there, but he's not like, that's not me anymore.
Yeah.
He has won, the last 2 albums he created have won Rap Album of the Year. The last 2 albums he's created. And then the albums in between, like Kendrick won. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
he's up there.
Dude, Tyler is on some shit right now. And I think we're about to see his best work. I don't think we've seen it yet. And, I mean, he's getting so good, dude.
Yeah.
He's arguably becoming like more of like a Childish Gambino, and he's becoming less of a rapper. He just makes such good music.
Yeah, he's just an artist.
Yeah, he's an artist.
Yeah.
Number 4, Tyler, the Creator. Number 3, it's so fitting for him being in number 3, Chance the Rapper.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Chance the Rapper is my dude, changed my life for the better. He was the first rapper that, like, not the first rapper, but he legit leaned into, like, not being afraid to talk about God and Jesus. And dude, oh my gosh. Like, because everybody's like, oh, it used to be called Chance 3, his 3rd album when it came out, and then he later made it Coloring Book because it was a free album at first. It was a mixtape. But everybody loved acid rap, and then whenever Chance made Coloring Book, everybody's like, oh, Chance fell off. I'm like, no!
That's like his best stuff.
He's getting better! I'm like, what? And then he made The Big Day, which is all about him getting married. And dude, I worked out to that. I mean, it's not an album to work out to, but I started bettering my life working out to that album. That's when I started taking my fitness serious after high school, was working out to that album. And it just made me become a better person because he's talking about getting married, and it changed my relationship with Hannah. I started becoming a way better boyfriend at the time. We're husband and wife now. But I became such a better partner, and it's such a beautiful album. No, this man has not fallen off, and I know people disagree. That's cool.
Yeah.
But dude, this man, he's representing what's up.
Yeah, but your favorite rapper is a Christian rapper.
My favorite rapper is a Christian rapper. Yeah. Number 2, and this number 2 is Chance the Rapper's favorite rapper. Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne is that dude, man. Like, I mean, just like you said, Lil Wayne, Like, dude, the amount of mixtapes and albums he has is just insane. Like you said, all the Carters. Then you got I'm Not a Human Being Part 1 and 2. I mean, it is never ending. It is never ending. And he has more mixtapes than he does albums. And some of the, like, if you haven't heard it yet, go listen to the Started From the Bottom Lil Wayne remix. It is way better than the Drake song. It is so much better than Drake's song, and I don't feel any guilt in saying that because it is so much better. Go listen to the Started From the Bottom Lil Wayne remix.
I'm trying to kill a mosquito.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Oh my gosh, he's amazing. He absolutely killed it. Lil Wayne's always been that dude for me. I'll go on forever. My number one. And you gotta know my number.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah. My number one. Oh my gosh. I can't be who this man is. This man has 24 Grammys. He is the GOAT, in my opinion. Kanye West, dude.
It's controversial number one.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I get it.
It is.
I get it.
This man's first album, one album of the year. College Dropout, one album of the year. Late Registration, his second album, one album of the year. His third album, Graduation, one album of the year. His fourth album, which was 808s and Heartbreaks, didn't win album of the year because Lil Wayne won it with The Carter 3. That's a hard album to top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get it. Then he won Grammy after that. He has 24 Grammys.
Yep.
And he even made a Christian album and one best contemporary Christian album with Jesus is King.
Yep.
Like, dude, oh my gosh. Kanye West, I don't know where to begin. And just like Chance says in his song, I'm Kanye's best prodigy. Mm-hmm. He ain't signed me, but he's proud of me.
Yep.
I got some ideas that you gotta see. You know what I mean? Dude, oh my gosh. Also, another song you need to listen to, which is crazy. On Tyler, the Creator's Cherry Bomb album, there's a song called Smuckers, and it's Tyler, Lil Wayne, and Kanye. Yep. And that song is insane.
Insane.
And dude, it is absolutely insane. And all of the artists that I just listed have made music together for the most part. Like Chance and Childish Gambino have, Chance and Lil Wayne have, Chance and Kanye have, Lil Wayne and Kanye have, Tyler, Lil Wayne, and Kanye have. The only two that haven't are Tyler and Chance. Are the only two that haven't made a song together.
Yeah.
But anyway, that would be insane.
Yeah, that would be nuts.
We're getting closer to that with the way that Tyler's going. I'm just so excited. Anyway, that's my top 5. Number 5, Childish Gambino. Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. Number 4, Tyler, the Creator. Number 3, Chance the Rapper. Number 2, Lil Wayne. Number 1, Kanye West. That's my starting 5.
It's a good starting 5, man. That's a good starting 5. That number 1's controversial, unfortunately, with stuff that's happened here recently. But yeah, dude, you can't take anything away. I mean, you just got to look at the musical masterpieces that guy has put together.
Oh my gosh.
And Kanye's fire, dude.
Yeah.
Fire. Regardless of the wild shit he says.
Dude, whatever, man. I still
music is fire.
I still subscribe to some of the wild shits he says, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Pause.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode, boys.
Yeah.
Appreciate you tuning in, and if you're still listening to this part of the video, we appreciate you.
Yes.
Go vote on our next poll for starting 5. I'll probably drop that middle of the week next week, right before we drop our episode. We usually film on Thursdays, so it just works.
And if you want to leave a comment, we're taking this out of the bucket. If you want to comment a question to go into the Going Deep bucket, definitely do so.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Leave a comment below. But yeah, boys, that's been it for episode number 9. Make sure you go down below, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Do it again.
All right, man.
Peace.